Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, the 10th day of April, the 5th day of Nissan. Time for us to tackle the tough topic of Kitniyos. Here goes. Let's go way back to the beginning. In the Gemara, there is a statement from the Tana Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, and he says that we know that you're not allowed to eat chametz, which derives from, stuff like wheat or oats or something like that. But the question was, can chametz come from things like rice? And there was one Tana, his name was Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, who said that yes, chametz can also come from rice. In other words, rice, if you let it leaven, it will turn into chametz. Now, all the other rabbis argued with him and said, no, rice kind of like spoils or something when you leave it like that. It does not turn into leaven. It's not real chametz, and therefore rice cannot become chametz. Most poskim, most authorities do not rule like Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri, and therefore they say, don't worry, chametz can't happen from rice. Okay, however, the problem is that when you have things like rice, and I'll throw other things that also fall into that category, rice and peas and corn and peanuts and many other things. There's a long list of things that fit on the category of kitniyos. Those are all things that they're still close enough to the chametz barrier that people can get mixed up about them. Things like rice, you can somehow turn that into a bread. You can take corn and somehow turn that into a bread. And therefore, there were rabbis who said, you know what, just to avoid confusion, when the great holiday of Pesach comes, Jews should stay away from things like rice, and they should stay away from things like peanuts and certain legumes that can be confused with chametz type items. And according to some, they are even things that were sometimes shipped or packaged together with chametz, and too much cross confusion can happen, and therefore we should stay away from those kinds of things. Okay, so the way it shook down over the ages is that the Shulchan Aruch ruled, and that is followed by all Sephardi Jews. They ruled that things like rice and kitniyos are permissible on the holiday of Pesach, and therefore you will find Sephardi Jews who eat rice and things like that on Pesach, and they have no concern about it. However, the Ramah, and he was an opinion that was followed by most of the Jews of Germany and all Jews who kind of have their customs descend from Germany, and we call those Ashkenazic Jews. All Ashkenazic Jews have accepted upon themselves the idea of not eating kitniyos on the holiday of Pesach. So the law of kitniyos is not like a strict rabbinic ban, it's just a custom. So Ashkenazic Jews have accepted it for hundreds of years now, and Sephardi Jews have not accepted it for hundreds of years now. So Sephardic families on Pesach will eat things like rice and peanuts and all things that fall under that category of kitniyos. Ashkenazic Jews will not eat any of those things, and therefore their Pesach will look quite different. No rice, no peanuts, no mustard seed, and things of the sort, and all the things that fall under that category. The general category can be called legumes, but not all of us know which ones they are. So if you want to get the exact list, go to any good Orthodox rabbi if you're Ashkenazic, and he'll tell you which foods to stay away from. Again, if you see kitniyos or kitniyos ended up in your house or whatever, it's not treif and it's not chametz, and it's not serious like eating chametz, but it's a decree that all Ashkenazic Jews have accepted upon themselves, and Sephardi Jews have not accepted upon themselves. If I'm an Ashkenazi Jew, and a lot of you listening are, it affects you in so many different ways, because according to that decree, or I should say that custom, we also try not to eat corn or corn derivatives. And high fructose corn sweetener is in so many of the foods that we eat in these Western countries today, and those are all off the list of what we can eat during Pesach because of the custom that we follow regarding Kitniyos. There's much more to be said. Maybe we'll continue on it tomorrow, maybe not. But if you're confused by this, please discuss it with your rabbi. There's much more to be said. It's not as serious as chametz, that we should make clear, but nevertheless, it is a custom that all Ashkenazic Jews try to stick to. So it means no rice for Ashkenazic Jews, no peanuts, no mustard, and no derivatives of these kinds of foods and legumes, etc. Hope that was clear. Try to pack that in into 5 minutes or less. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.